Hello everyone, welcome back to Crown Back KO. My name is Juan and I'm grateful to have you tuning in. Today I want to start by asking everyone a question. And the question is this: are you a wise person? Um, I don't ask this to be condescending in any type of way or to judge or anything like that, but I really want everybody to take a moment and examine themselves, right? So as you do that, make sure you comment, like the page, subscribe, all of that good stuff, share it, and thank you in advance for doing that. But I really want everybody to examine themselves, right? Are you a wise person? And I ask this because I know we all have goals in life. I know we all have ambitions and things that we want to accomplish. And I truly believe the best way to make sure that we're constantly progressing and evolving is to make sure we're checking progress. And the best way to do that is through self-reflection. So that's why I asked this question. And I believe that as we go through the rest of this video, you'll recognize whether or not you're a wise person. And regardless of what level of wisdom you're at, you'll know where to go next, right? So that brings me to my next question. And that question is this: would you rather have a house that is built on sand or a house that is built on a rock? All right. And when I say a rock, I mean like a mass, sturdy, stable spot, not just like a little pebble or something that you would throw across Lake Michigan, right? And as you think about that, again, examine the circumstances. Which one would you choose? And I want to give you some scenarios to help you think through that. All right. The first one is, would you rather take the house built on a rock or the house built on some sand when there's a windstorm? Let's imagine 100-mile-per-hour winds, or okay, not that extreme. Maybe like 60-mile-per-hour wind. All right, which one do you think will fare better? The house that's built on sand or the one built on a rock? Now think about rain. We always experiencing some crazy storms, right? We got hurricanes, tropical storms, all of those things. How do you think the house that was built on the sand would fare versus the house that was built on the rock? All right. And then lastly, think about other, external factors like the little critters and creatures of the world, right? We got ants and centipedes and spiders and all of those things that want to get into your house. But think about it. There's also some rats, some raccoons, some possums, hopefully not no skunks. But if they were trying to get in, which one do you think they would more easily get into? The house that has the sand, that was built on the sand, or the house that was built on the rock, right? So I really ask this because it brings me to the principle that I want to share today. And that principle is this: be wise and build your house on a rock, all right? I understand we all gonna answer the question, yes, I'm a wise person. Why would you even ask me that? But again, I want us to examine, and regardless of what level of wisdom you're at, I truly believe that as we go through this, you will constantly figure out why you need to examine yourself and ask, okay, am I wise? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Is it helping me ultimately get to the goals that I've set for myself? All right, so that's really why I'm asking that. But I also want you to think about it and consider yourself in the likes of the sand versus the rock. I think everybody would choose the rock, right? It's more sturdy, it's stronger and durable, it'll last longer, all of those things. But notice how both houses will be built, right? Whether it was built on the sand or it was built on the rock, they both will be built. The thing that really separates them is the foundation. And everything has a foundation. Everything has a starting point or a base or something that you can always go back to figure out what went wrong, all right? And I think the house, again, built on the rock, has the better foundation. And with a strong foundation, it can withstand more of those external factors and outside things that it may come up against, right? Which leads me to believe that it won't crumble under pressure the same way that the house that was built on the sand would. And we must think about our lives in that way, right? We must think about our lives in this way. We must build our lives on a rock, all right? We have to be wise and build our lives on a rock. That way, when the rain comes, when the wind comes, when these external things come and try to beat up on our lives, we won't be phased, right? We won't move because we're built on a stable foundation. We're built and we're sturdy and we're able to withstand all of these things because, again, we started strong. Therefore, everything we do from now on is only going to make us and bring us to be stronger and stronger. One thing I want to say is that, as we go through life, we all go through these different phases and stuff. Just like whether or not the foundation is right, the house still going to be built. Whether or not we have the best foundation when we start out, like our household situations or backgrounds or whatever it may be, we still going to grow up, right? We still going to grow up and experience life. And I truly don't believe that anybody's going to be tested, right? I don't think that people are out here being tested by God. So when people say, oh, the Lord is testing me, I disagree with that. I don't think the Lord is out here testing anyone. But I think we're caught in the middle of this war that's going on. And that's the constant war and the constant battle of good and evil, right? There's always going to be evil present when we're doing good. So even if we're living our lives the best we know how, even if we're doing everything right, there's always going to be something bad that comes up or tries to come up against us that's going to stop and inhibit that progress. And we just can't let that happen. And if you have a strong foundation, it's going to be harder for that bad or that evil to disrupt that anyway. So again, we have to be wise and we must build our houses on a rock. So again, I ask, you going to take the house that's built on the sand, or you going to take the house that's built on the rock, right? Or better yet, are you going to build your life on some sand, or are you going to build your life on the rock? Again, everybody should be choosing that rock. So I'll tell you, be wise, right? Build your life on the rock. Build your house on the rock. Make sure that you are building on something that's solid. You're building on something that's durable, that's sure, that's trustworthy, unlike the sand, right? Sand is beautiful and it's good for the beach, but that's not anything that I want to build my life on. I don't want to build my life on something that can fold with pressure. I want to build my life on something that's going to be there to withstand any situation or circumstance I find myself in. And that's the rock for me. And I truly believe that if we don't know how to build our lives on rocks, we don't know how to build on a strong foundation, again, we have to look to the good Lord Jesus Christ, because that was his whole purpose of coming here. He came to teach and tell us about the kingdom. And everything he told us about the kingdom was him showing us another principle, another key, and another way to succeed and live in life. And so all of the parables, all of the teachings that he gave these people that was following him, that he gave his disciples, was all meant to help them to just keep going up. It was all meant to help them get better and better, to live a peaceful life, to live an easier life, right? And I think it goes back to what I was saying about every person being able to look for power and control within their life to be able to influence circumstances and things that's happening around them. When you operate and live based on the principles of Jesus, this just becomes easier and easier for you to do, because again, you're empowered. Excuse me. Again, you're empowered to do those things, because now you have the knowledge, again, to exercise so that you can live in that power and authority, because you know now. You have that foundational knowledge, that foundational teaching that's helping you make better decisions, that's helping you do things in a different way or a better way that's going to ultimately lead to success. It's a proven method of success because nothing he did failed, and there was nothing he couldn't do. So if you want to live a life in that same way, you need to look at Jesus. And that, I believe, is the crown life. That is what I know is a life of royalty. And that's the life that everyone, again, should want to live. And that's really what I'm going to start speaking on in these videos, because Jesus said that a man that hears my sayings and do them, I will liken him unto a man that is wise and built his house on a rock. And I'm trying to be wise. And I want y'all to be wise. So again, that's the crown life. So these next couple videos, I'm really going to focus my time honing in to what Jesus was teaching and saying within his parables, or little, sayings that he would give to the crowd as they were following him, or when things happen, he would always have this remark or that remark. I really want to examine that in the next couple videos, so that we can, understand these principles and these keys to living according to the kingdom of heaven, to make life easier for everyone, right? To make life easier for ourselves, for our families, for our loved ones, and to be able to withstand all of the harsh conditions that may be coming. We know inflation is rampant, right? It's getting worse. They're now saying that there's going to be a food shortage and there's going to be famine hitting the world. They're saying that, other things are going to be happening. More sickness is going to be on the rise. So if we're living our lives according to the principles of Jesus, I truly believe none of this stuff can phase us and we won't have anything to worry about, because again, only way to go with Jesus is up, and everything just gets better and better. So I'm not worried, I'm not stressed, because I'm living my life and I'm building my life on a rock, and those rocks are the sayings and teachings of Jesus, because he lived a good life. He was telling us how to live the good life. So that's what I want to do too. So again, please tune in for these videos that are coming. So again, make sure you subscribe. But again, like I say every time, if you don't remember anything else I say, if you don't listen to another video of mine as you go on with your day and go on with, doing what you do in life, just remember this. Just please remember this, all right? The purpose of life is to live. Peace.